Good morning, Mr. Hill.
Hey, Mr. Hill. Hey, Mr. Hill.
Morning. Hello. Thanks for having me.
No, you're being very formal.
We haven't had you yet.
Josie! God. We've fallen at the first hurdle.
That's what you say, isn't it?
Inappropriate comment number 1.
So, Mr. Hill, why do we keep calling you Mr. Hill?
It's Paul, isn't it?
Tell me what you want. Not what you normally call me.
Oh, dear. So what the hell do all the letters after your name stand for, please?
The letters after the name are the LLCM and the FLCM.
Yeah.
LLCM is Licentiate of London College of Music, and the FLCM is Fellowship of the London College of Music.
Oh.
Basically, there's 4 diploma levels. The lowest one is the DIP LCM. Then you get the ALCM, then the LLCM, then the FLCM is the kind of the highest one you can get. So there we go.
I love that.
So letters,
That's
basically.
crazy.
That's a lot of letters. So you did... Just tell us about that diploma thing, which, it literally means nothing to me. So what you did the highest level at which college?
Well, London College of Music, that's who I'm an examiner for. And basically it was quite cool because they brought out a whole syllabus for jazz guitar playing. And I thought, well, there we go. That's what I've been doing mainly for the last load of years. So I play lots of different styles, obviously, but, doing lots of the jazz stuff. So I thought, well, it'd be good to get kind of some qualifications. So they brought out the LLCM and the FLCM. And then Tony Skinner, who was head of the whole thing, the RGT Registry of Guitar Tutors at the time, sort of said to me, how would you like to be the first person to kind of go in for it? So I did. And the first one I went in for, there was a panel of examiners. So they had all the classical examiners and, all the different things there. And I was the first person in the world to pass the FLCM, which is cool.
That's
Only because I was the first person to enter it. So
yeah, the first person
It's
to...
all right.
It would have been really, really terrible if you'd entered it and failed, though.
it would.
Oh. So, Paul, tell us about your book and your YouTube channel, please.
Oh, my book and all that stuff. It all started when I was a kid and I was learning to play. Obviously, there's loads of stuff to learn. So people would show me loads of scales, loads of chords, all this stuff. I had someone told me to buy this book. It had over 100,000 chords in it. And I just thought, there must be a more efficient way to learn all this stuff.
You only need 4 chords, don't you? Just... Sorry.
Now, 4 chords and play to 1 million people, or 1 million chords and play to 4 people, the classic.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I spent so much time just going through. I've got books, and I'd actually threw a load of it out a couple of years ago because I just had so much stuff from when I was a kid. I had folders and books, and I'd actually print off these sheets with like Letraset, if you can remember Letraset. That was awesome. Those who can't remember Letraset.
I never heard of the word.
I do. I do vaguely.
That's great, because I had a typewriter on my mum's typewriter.
Is.
You know what that is? Yeah. Like on a modern keyboard where you have to go tap, tap, tap. Whereas a typewriter, you have to go right M.
Yeah. That was like a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that developed my finger strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
So I had all these sheets of like Letraset just to make it look neat and all this kind of stuff, crazy really. But just trying to figure all this stuff out. And then I started using a lot of and then I started getting these systems together, and I thought, well, hold on a sec. Because again, whenever I do anything, it's always the same. I always think, well, hold on, what's the best way to do this? I saw a thing on Facebook the other day. Someone said if you have 8 hours to cut down a tree, spend the first 6 hours sharpening your axe. And that's exactly the way I approach everything.
That's I like that. That's good.
Yeah, and that's started on Facebook. But it kind of sums up quite nicely, because if you put all the preparation in, then the end result is, it's not easy, but it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
And, you are one of the most positive people we know. Like that's why we call you Positivity Paul. So, you took everything online, didn't you? You used this, epidemic or pandemic as an excuse to do something that you wanted to do anyway. So how has your momentum been going through 2020 and how, how this has panned out?
yeah, again, same as anything else. A problem comes along and you have to kind of cope with it and do something with it. So,
Wise words, mate.
yeah, I mean, the thing is that I think there's no point in worrying about it unless obviously you are unfortunate to obviously catch some COVID thing or something. Obviously, people's circumstances are different. But basically, it is what it is. You have to kind of pivot and change to cope with what's going on.
Pivot!
Exactly. Yeah.
It's. I think 2020 has been the year of adapt or die, hasn't it? Like in terms of your business. I think. But you just jumped straight in and was like, well, I've wanted to do this for ages anyway, and teaching online.
I wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, Jasper Smith, who lives in Australia, I used to play with him loads and loads in a duo. And because we've been communicating on before Zoom, Skype, or FaceTime, I can think of what it's called, or whatever we're using. And there was one day where we said, well, can we actually play together on this? And I said to Jasper, I said, okay, well, I'll clap my hands, yeah, and you clap your hands, yeah. And we were clapping perfectly in time. And we thought, this is great. There's no delay whatsoever. So we grabbed our guitars and I thought, right, let's have a bit of a jam. And it didn't work. We're like, what's going on? Because obviously the distance between the two claps was the exact delay time.
You could do a cracking rendition of She'll Be Coming Round the Mountain in the round.
But then what he really wanted me to do was play the Jeff Beck version of Nessun Dorma.
Yeah, I remember that.
Instrumental. So yeah, and I finished the whole thing with that, and that just felt so good. There's a video of it on my YouTube channel. Actually, just you can't really see a lot. You just see a little tiny me on the top of looks like on a chimney.
Yeah, but it is really you.
Really,
that is me, yeah.
Desperately trying not to fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the comments were nothing to do with, wow, that must have felt amazing. Wow, that must have been a great experience. All the comments were health and safety.
Yeah.
Were you strapped in? Did you have a harness? I'm like, no, I just did walk to the points where I would fall to my death. I couldn't believe in that because my nose was just streaming with blood and I came walking through the place. And until I got to you guys, no one said anything. I went to the toilet and I was like trying to wash it off. People were just walking in and looking at me and walking straight out.
Oh, thanks for your concern. Yeah. I looked after you though.
You did?
I did.
Yeah.
I sent Glenn to the bar to go and get ice. I was like, for God's sake, we have some sort of help, please. Is there a first aid kit anywhere in this hotel? No, you just don't care. Amazing.
I don't know.
You love a good strum.
That I do.
Oh, keeping that in. Okay, so are you ready for your quickfire round? Because this is we don't prep anyone on these. These are just out of the hat, and some of the questions are a bit random.
Okay.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, absolutely. This is where we go. What's it like in there? Love it. She snorted. Amazing. Right, you ready?
Yep.
Who's going first? Okay, So here we go. Quick fire round for Mr. Paul Hill with lots of letters after his name.
So, you say something and I say what the first thing comes into my head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to give you the easy one first because this is based on the whole Friends thing. You know, when Phoebe is mad at Ross and they play the game. Okay. So would you rather be too wet or too dry?
Too dry.
Coke or Pepsi?
Neither.
Blur or Oasis?
Blur.
Okay.
Rock or jazz?
Oh.
Nasty.
I knew he'd make that face.
Both. I can't.
I can't. Pizza or burger?
Burger.
Burger. Okay.
Movie or video games?
Video games.
I thought you'd say that. Sausage roll or Scotch egg?
Sausage roll.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
This is going to be a tough one. Princess Leia or Lara Croft?
Oh.
With a little fire on.
Sorry, which one did you say?
I'd probably have to go for Lara Croft,
Yeah,
actually.
you can't have both.
One bap or two?
Ew.
Morning or night?
Night.
One guitar or a full room of guitars?
Full room of guitars.
Vodka or juice?
Juice.
James Bond or Knight Rider?
Knight Rider.
Sweet or savoury?
Savoury.
Talk or text?
Talk.
Yeah. This is her question. Don't get it. Tiger or monkey?
Monkey. Oh, monkey. Yes, got to be
No,
monkey.
he got it. I said to Josie, in what sense? To own as a pet? Surely the tiger would kill you.
What would you prefer?
Oh, Paul, it's been heavenly. Thank you so
thank
much.
you so much, Paul.
And we'll obviously put links to all your stuff so that everyone can find you if they don't know you. Hopefully they feel like they've got to know you a little bit better because you are awesome.
Would you like to say Happy Hump Day to our listeners, please?
Happy Hump Day.
Thank you.
Happy Hump Day.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah.
So this will be our second one on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
But we do snippets because we want to direct everyone back to listening to the full podcast. But thank you so much for having being a part of our little absolutely golden
We love you.
Love you too.
family. All right, my darling, have a lovely day. We'll see you soon.
Take care, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.